This is our video introduction to the engagement skill. Engagement is super important because if your dog won't actively participate in its training, you're having to beg and coax and bribe it all the time, it really is not learning the skills that you want it to learn, and it takes a lot longer to train. So engagement is the core exercise that we start all dogs on, big or small. But in this particular video example, we're going to be doing engagement with puppies. And this first little puppy, her name is Maple, is what I would describe as more of a medium drive dog because not everybody has Malinois, right? So basically, we're demonstrating to you how we would teach engagement to a dog that isn't super driven, not sharking the food out of your hand type of dog. So what Shayna's doing is anytime that Maple offers her eye contact, she's marking the word yes, and then she's delivering food about 3 to 5 pieces at a time as rapidly as Maple will take the food. So you're going to have to temper your speed of delivery to your dog. We're also using a long line in this exercise, and notice Shayna isn't using the long line to cajole the dog or to get its attention or to correct it in any way. It's basically just a safety mechanism. It prevents the dog from leaving. So when you're doing engagement with your puppy or your older dog, make sure that you're using about a 12 to 20 foot long line to make sure that, safety first. Teaching engagement requires patience. So no matter how long your dog sniffs around or doesn't want to pay attention to you, your job is just to hang out and look for those signs that he's going to lift his head and offer that eye contact. You want your marker to be super timely. So the second your dog looks at you, whether he's close to you or at the end of that line, you're going to mark and then deliver that food in as rapid succession as your puppy will take it. Notice that Shayna only moves while she's feeding the puppy. So that means that she marks first and then she adds motion to the exercise. And that's true of any exercise that you're doing with your dog. Whether you're saying heel and then stepping off with your foot, or you are saying yes and then delivering a toy, you should always separate your verbal cues from your physical movement. Some key points of engagement are that we are feeding individual pieces of food here, so it's not fistfuls of food. And should your dog disconnect from you while you're feeding it, or it seems like it's taking forever for them to look at you, just be patient. If they disconnect from you while you're feeding, freeze and restart the exercise, meaning you're just going to stand there and wait for that eye contact. You should do this exercise in as many new places as possible. But you do want to use your 3Ds here. You want to factor in your distance, your distraction, and your duration. So the first thing that we want to mitigate is duration. We're just going to do this for a very short amount of time, 3 to 5 minutes max in each new location. How do you know when you have engagement? Well, it's pretty simple. Anytime you take your dog out, even if you're somewhere new, your dog ignores the environment and pressures you to feed them. And that pressure looks like intense eye contact. No matter which way you turn your back, your dog is always going to try and find the front of you and find your eyes and, basically intensely look at you to pressure you into an interaction. And while we start the interaction with food, if you have an older dog and a very toy motivated dog, then he can pressure you to play.